So I'm not sure what's happening here. But, fast forward to last night. Ben Simmons, this is his third three he's made in 222 games. That's the third one.
Dwight.
That's a point guard. And then Dwight Howard, Nick, this is his 10th one in almost 1,118 games. Look at his form. He's so uncomfortable. He doesn't even know what to do with this trade A fingers. Like, he doesn't even know what to do with them. It's down low. It's supposed to be up here like this, like Melo's like that. Come on, Dwight.
Okay, first I'm going to give you the news, then I'm going to give you the take of the year. Jordan Clarkson gets a steal, loses it, pushes somebody. Oh, problem is, the person's the ref. He gets teed up because it wasn't malicious, otherwise you get thrown out. Take of the year. Real culprit here, the whistle. The ref has got his whistle in his mouth so he can't say, hey, watch out, Jordan Clarkson. By the way, whistles, your time has come. Out of here. Whistles were invented in 1878. Everything else went electronic. It's like the reason why we don't have that little car horn. Wonking, 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 wonking. Don't have it anymore. Electronic whistles, which they were kicking around because of COVID. You don't want people blowing their saliva all over the place. Electronic whistles. Also, as an added bonus, you pick your own theme music. Be like or have it be a Jeopardy buzzer, like bling, good play. Have all sorts of stuff. Once the whistle's out of your mouth, you can be like, hey, watch out, Jordan Clarkson. Whistles, gone 2021. See ya.
Bravo,
Take it in
Kevin
here.
Wild.
I love that take.
Bravo.
And you
So
know,
much.
it's great. And you know what also should potentially be gone moving forward? Notre Dame ruining our New Year's by playing in blowouts in massive college football games. This century, here's what Notre Dame has done in the biggest football games it's played in. Hey, the Fiesta Bowl in 2000. 41-9. The Fiesta Bowl in 2005, 34-20. These are all losses. The Sugar Bowl the next year, 41-14. The National Championship game, remember the Manti Te'o game, 42-14. The Fiesta Bowl a couple years later, lost by 16. The Cotton Bowl to get to the National Championship game, 30-3. Notre Dame, Golden Domers, touchdown Jesus. Out of here. I'm so sick of Notre Dame tricking folks into thinking they're going to be competitive. If Alabama rolls you, you're barred. You're just done. You're barred for life from any college football game of substance January 1st or later. Play in the Meineke Bowl December 28th, Notre Dame.
I spent New Year's Eve watching some old school celebrity match game. I also watched this Rockets game last night. Rockets look good, and I was trying to think why they looked so good. They did get John Wall back. Maybe it was that. Maybe it's they had all their starters. Maybe it's because Harden gave you 33. Maybe it's because the Kings just aren't that good, even though they've got a winning record. Or maybe it's because Houston played their first home game of the season. And who's got better fans than the Houston Rockets? Clearly, nobody. Rockets obviously ran out of cardboard, so they brought their best fans in from all around the city, and there you go. Yes way, Brandon. Yes way. Every single team is dealing with this. Only the Rockets came up with the fan idea, and kudos to you. Also, again, ran out of cardboard. All right, let's get all Nick Wright-ish right now and talk some betting. Fox Bet Sportsbook has all the latest odds, including who will finally win the NFC East. Current leader Washington, the favorite to take it home at -125. By the way, Washington 10-5 when Alex Smith is under center. But Alex Smith is still questionable for Sunday with that calf, so it opens everything up. Cowboys next at +220. And the Giants at +350. In other words, it's still up for grabs. Brandon, which NFC East team could do the most damage come playoff time?
Oh, that's easy. That's Washington. And what did you say, Jenna? The last 15 games, Alex been leading the Washington football team. They're 10-5. Is it 10-5?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think in that same span, they won like 6 games, lost 26 or something like that. Yeah, that's an easy answer. When you have a veteran quarterback who's not only just a veteran, but also can play and understands the game, it makes everybody's job easier on defense, special team, offensive line, wide receivers. So Alex Smith has to do everything in his power, Nick, to get out there to lead his team to victory. They control their own destiny. And the reason why this team is scary is because of Alex Smith, if he's under center, And that defense, come on, man. I don't see too many offenses that can go out there and do whatever they want against Washington. This is an elite defense led by that front seven, Nick.
So listen, I agree 1,000%. I think I said after Thanksgiving that if we get Tampa-Washington in the 4-5 matchup, Washington will win that game. And it looks like we're going to get Tampa-Washington in the 4-5 matchup, and I'm going to stick with that months-long prediction, despite the fact that I have a brutal case of PASD. And that's post-Alex Smith disorder because he played quarterback for my team, and I watched him in the playoffs.
Ooh.
And you're going to say, Nick, Alex has 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in his playoff career. And I'm going to say that's true. What's also true is, in his most recent playoff appearances, what has happened is his team built a 28-point lead on the Colts, only to lose it. The Chiefs played a game against the Steelers, where Alex Smith was the quarterback, where the Chiefs scored 2 touchdowns, the Steelers scored 0, and the Chiefs lost. And then, in his most recent playoff experience, there was a 21-3 lead at halftime against Marcus Mariota, and the Chiefs lost that football game 22-21.
Oof.
And so Alex has had a tortured playoff history. What I wonder, Wilds, is if it was almost, I don't know what the word would be, but cleansing, maybe that's the wrong word, but if the fact that he almost lost his career makes any of the playoffs ghost of Christmas past go away. If at this point everything feels like found money.
Clean slate.
If he feels like, you know what?
Clean slate.
A clean slate. Thank you, Brandon. That's the exact word I was looking for. Thank you. Because it's never been that he personally has melted down in the postseason. It's just been he's been part of teams, most notably the Chiefs, that melted down while he was the quarterback. But I wonder if because he thought his career was gone, this opportunity, if those things go away entirely. Because I do think Washington's front seven is good enough to really strike fear in any opposition, including the Bucs, Wilds.
So good.
Okay, here's the thing about the Bucs. There's one team there that has already struck fear into the Bucs. And you know who they are, Brandon. Joe Judge's Giants. That game, they just barely lost. It came down to the last play. And you're like, yeah, well, the score was close, but was the game close? The game was crazy close. So for me, Brandon, it reminds me of like when you win a basketball game that you really shouldn't have won, and the other guys are like, hey, run it back. And you're like, oh, no, if we run this back, we're definitely going to lose. That's what's going to happen with Joe Judge and Daniel Jones. Now, Joe Judge had a weird thing. Daniel Jones' hamstring was hurt. He's like, yeah, I'm going to play from the pocket a little more. And Joe Judge was like, oh, he shouldn't have told anybody that. He gave him a little bit too much info. Joe Judge, everybody knows the guy's got a hamstring injury. He's not going to run. You played him, he got a hamstring injury. He's not giving any state secrets away here.
Yeah.
But Nick, one last thing for you. When we talk about, I thought you are, Take Integrity, Jenna, as you know, is the foundation on which this whole show is built upon. The whole Fox Sports enterprise, to be honest with you, with Nick.
The whole world.
That's right.
Dallas still's got a chance here, buddy. Your preseason pick still has a chance.
Buddy.
And the fact that you're letting them go, like, I feel like you should hang out with Dallas. I feel like we're crumbling the foundation of our whole show.
Remind everyone, Nick. Remind everyone we had
what you said. You said this whole show, this whole network is built upon Take Integrity. I could argue our entire society is built upon the nuclear family. Yet, you are allowed to put children up for adoption. And that's what I did with the Cowboys. I had them. They were a wonderful child. And I said, you know what? You're gone. You're not working with the unit.
Am I supposed to be laughing at that, Jenna?
And I don't know. I'm not sure. I just went with it. Here's why.
Awkward.
And let me say something about the Cowboys. The Cowboys who have scored, they're averaging in their last 3 games around 35 points per game. And the Cowboys who are favored to beat the Giants, and I believe will beat the Giants. The reason that I can so easily just dispatch of my preseason Super Bowl pick is if the Cowboys win this division and they play the Bucs, Tom Brady will have his best playoff game since the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Right, and I know they lost that game. He threw for 1,000 yards. What Brady would be able to do against this Cowboys defense in round 1 it would look like how he looked against the Lions or in the comeback against the Panthers or the Falcons, whichever game they had the massive comeback.
Rush.
There's no pass rush. The secondary's no good. So I just don't think the Cowboys are any threat whatsoever, Jenna, to the Bucs in round 1, and that's who they'll be facing.
Look, a lot riding on this weekend in the NFL, especially in the NFC East. All right, still to come, who to watch, who to root for, what we will be looking to see, maybe more stiff arms from King Henry. It's all next. It's First Things First.